Hello everyone, my name is Laura, and on behalf of the Colorado Department of Revenue, it is my pleasure to welcome you to this video on cottage foods. This video will cover what cottage foods are, how sales tax applies to cottage foods, and what resources and tools are available to you. In 2012, the Colorado Legislature enacted the Colorado Cottage Foods Act, allowing limited types of food products that are non-potentially hazardous, do not require refrigeration for safety, to be sold directly to consumers without licensing or inspections. According to the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment, eligible foods include pickled fruits and vegetables with a finished equilibrium pH of 4.6 or below, dry spices, dried teas, dehydrated produce, nuts, seeds, honey, jams, jellies, preserves, and fruit butter, flour, candies, fruit empanadas, tortillas, and other similar products that do not require refrigeration for safety, up to 250 dozen whole eggs per month, baked goods such as muffins, fruit pies, cookies, and cakes, roasted coffee beans, buttercream made with ghee or vegetable oil, canned fruits, candies such as cotton candy and fudge, and freeze-dried produce. Now we'll discuss your tax responsibilities when selling cottage foods. In Colorado, what you sell and where you sell it determines if and what amount of sales tax applies. Cottage foods vary in their taxation based on how they are categorized. Additionally, some food items may be exempt from state sales tax but not exempt from local sales tax. For example, some cottage foods are categorized as food for home consumption and may therefore be exempt from state sales tax, while others are prepared food and may therefore be taxable. Several resources and tools are available to you to help determine if what you sell is tax applicable. Let's begin with FYI Sales for Taxable and Tax-Exempt Sales of Food and Related Items. This publication can be found on tax.colorado.gov. Select the drop-down arrow next to Tax Professionals in the top blue menu bar, then select Tax Guidance Publications. On the Guidance Publications page, select All Current Publications. On the Current Publications page, publications are listed in alphabetical order. Select the letter F for food, or select Ctrl F using your keyboard to search for a keyword. FYI Sales for provides general guidance to determine whether a food item is or is not exempt from sales tax. For example, food purchased for domestic home consumption is exempt from Colorado sales tax. Alcoholic beverages, vitamins, and dietary supplements, however, are not exempt from Colorado sales tax. FYI Sales for lists exemptions that apply to all state-administered jurisdictions. You'll need to use the DR 1002 Colorado Sales and Use Tax Rates to determine if that deduction or exemption applies to what you sell based on your location. The DR 1002 does not provide information about exemptions for any sales taxes imposed and collected by any home rule cities in Colorado. It does, however, provide contact information for these home rule cities so that you may contact them directly with questions about their taxes. To access the DR 1002, begin on tax.colorado.gov. Select the arrow next to the Forms tab in the top blue menu bar and select either Forms by tax type or Forms in number order. If you select Forms by tax type, scroll down and select the Sales and Use Tax menu panel. The DR 1002 is located under Local Jurisdiction Sales Tax. If you select Forms in number order, scroll down until you find the DR 1002 or select Ctrl F using your keyboard to search for the publication. Select the highlighted publication and select View and Download. On the DR 1002, page 1 includes a table of exemptions. Food for domestic home consumption is listed as Exemption A. I'll locate the jurisdiction where I sell cottage foods to determine if they allow Exemption A. For example, let's say I sell cottage foods, which are considered food for home consumption, in Georgetown. After locating Georgetown, there are no exemptions listed in the exemption column. Even though FYI Sales 4 states that food for home consumption is considered exempt from Colorado sales tax, Georgetown does not allow this exemption. Therefore, I must collect Georgetown sales tax on food for home consumption that I sell at this location. However, if I sell cottage foods that are considered food for home consumption in Grover, Exemption A is allowed. Please remember that there are several resources and tools available to help you be voluntarily tax compliant. There's the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment website, cdphe.colorado.gov/cottage-foods-act. FYI Sales 4, Taxable and Tax-Exempt Sales of Food, the DR 1002, Colorado Sales and Use Tax Rates, or you can contact the Colorado Department of Revenue. Visit tax.colorado.gov/contact-us to find a contact option that works for you.